Fentanyl. It could be hiding anywhere, including in your house, including in your medicine cabinet, or maybe at a friend's house when you're hanging out, playing games, and get offered a pill. Don't take chances. If a drug didn't come from a pharmacy directly to you, you can find fentanyl using a simple strip you can pick up at your local pharmacy. Don't take it until you test it, because fentanyl can be hiding anywhere. Brought to you by the Georgia Department of Behavioral Health and Mental Disabilities.
Everything about gaslighting. Gaslighting is one of the most insidious and dangerous forms of psychological manipulation. It involves a deliberate campaign of deceit designed to make a person doubt their own perceptions, memories, and reality. The term originates from the 1938 play Gaslight and its subsequent film adaptations, where a husband manipulates his wife into thinking she is losing her sanity by subtly dimming the gas lights in their home, then denying that the lights are dimmed when she notices. In the context of narcissism and toxic relationships, gaslighting is a tactic commonly used by narcissists to gain control over their victims and destabilize their sense of reality. It's an emotional abuse technique that can lead to long-term psychological effects such as confusion, self-doubt, anxiety, and a loss of confidence. Here's everything you need to know about gaslighting, how to recognize it, and how to protect yourself from this manipulative tactic. What is gaslighting? Gaslighting is a psychological manipulation technique where the abuser systematically undermines the victim's perception of reality. The goal is to make the victim question their memory, sanity, and judgment. It is a form of emotional abuse that erodes the victim's sense of self and leaves them vulnerable to further manipulation. Key characteristics of gaslighting. Constant denial of facts. The gaslighter will often deny that certain events occurred, even when the victim has clear evidence. This forces the victim to question their memory and reality. Shifting blame. The narcissist or gaslighter might shift blame onto the victim, making them feel responsible for the gaslighter's behavior or mistakes. Minimizing the victim's feelings. Gaslighters often tell the victim that their feelings are invalid, that they're overreacting, or that they're being too sensitive, which can make the victim second-guess their emotions. Telling lies or half-truths. Gaslighters frequently tell lies, either small or grandiose, to create confusion. Over time, this makes it harder for the victim to trust their own perceptions. Isolating the victim. A common tactic in gaslighting is to isolate the victim from friends, family, or supportive people. This further isolates the person and makes them more dependent on the abuser's version of reality. The gaslighter's ultimate goal is to manipulate the victim into doubting their own experiences and emotions, making them feel confused and helpless. Signs you are being gaslighted. Gaslighting can happen gradually, so it may be difficult to recognize it at first. Narcissists are particularly skilled at using this technique to manipulate their partners, family members, or colleagues. Below are some of the signs that you may be a victim of gaslighting. 1. You constantly second-guess yourself. A gaslighter will make you question everything. If you find yourself repeatedly doubting your thoughts, decisions, and memories, or wondering if you're imagining things, it's a sign that you may be a victim of gaslighting. You might even feel like you're walking on eggshells, afraid that your reality will be dismissed. 2. You feel confused and anxious. Gaslighting often makes victims feel confused, unsure, and anxious. You may feel like you're losing your grip on reality or that you can't trust your own mind. Anxiety levels tend to rise because you are consistently made to feel like you're doing something wrong or misinterpreting situations. 3. You start apologizing for things you didn't do. A hallmark of gaslighting is when the victim begins to apologize for things they didn't do, simply to keep the peace or avoid conflict. The narcissist will often tell you that you're always overreacting or that your concerns are invalid, causing you to feel like you are at fault even when you're not. 4. You feel like you're losing your mind. Over time, gaslighting can cause severe emotional distress. Victims may start feeling like they are losing touch with reality, wondering if they are crazy or overly sensitive. This is a deliberate result of the gaslighter's manipulative tactics. 5. You are constantly defending yourself. Gaslighters often accuse their victims of things they didn't do, or they might twist your words to make you seem unreasonable. If you find yourself constantly defending your actions or explanations, trying to prove you're right, it's a sign that you're being gaslighted. 6. You feel trapped or isolated. Because gaslighters work to isolate their victims, you may begin to feel cut off from support systems or feel reluctant to share your experiences with others. Narcissists often create a divide between you and your friends or family, making you feel like you have nowhere else to turn but them. The emotional toll of gaslighting. Gaslighting has a significant psychological impact. Over time, the victim's self-esteem and self-worth can be decimated, leading to feelings of inadequacy, confusion, and self-doubt. The emotional toll of gaslighting can cause depression. Victims may feel hopeless or helpless, with their sense of identity and worth destroyed by the manipulation. Anxiety, constantly doubting oneself, second-guessing decisions, and being emotionally invalidated creates chronic anxiety and stress. Loss of trust. Gaslighting often leads to an inability to trust one's own feelings or perceptions, making it difficult to trust others as well. Cognitive dissonance. Victims are often torn between their own reality and the gaslighter's narrative, creating cognitive dissonance that leads to emotional turmoil. Why do narcissists gaslight? Narcissists engage in gaslighting as a way to control and manipulate others. Their need for power and control, combined with a deep insecurity about their own worth, makes them rely on tactics like gaslighting to maintain dominance in their relationships. Here are some reasons why narcissists gaslight. To maintain control, narcissists crave control over others, and gaslighting is a powerful tool to assert that control. By causing their victim to question reality, they can manipulate them into doing whatever the narcissist desires. To deflect blame, gaslighting allows narcissists to avoid accountability. They can shift blame onto their victims and avoid taking responsibility for their actions, even when they've clearly wronged someone. To protect their ego, narcissists are highly sensitive to criticism or exposure of their flaws. Gaslighting is used as a defensive mechanism to distort reality and protect their fragile self-esteem. How to protect yourself from gaslighting. If you believe you are being gaslighted, the first step is to recognize what's happening. Once you're aware of the signs, it's easier to protect yourself. Here are some ways to guard against gaslighting. 1. Trust your reality. No matter how much the narcissist tries to convince you otherwise, trust your own perceptions and memories. If you are feeling confused, take a step back and reflect on the situation objectively. Writing things down or keeping a journal can help you keep track of events and validate your experience. 2. Set boundaries. Gaslighters thrive on creating emotional chaos and instability. Set firm boundaries with the narcissist, and don't allow them to manipulate or control your actions. If necessary, consider going no contact to protect yourself. 3. Seek support. Gaslighting can be isolating, but having a support system is essential. Talk to trusted friends, family members, or a therapist who can help validate your experiences and provide emotional support. Sometimes, an outsider's perspective can help you see the truth more clearly. 4. Don't engage in their games. Gaslighters thrive on engaging you in arguments or debates to distract you from your reality. Avoid getting involved in their manipulative tactics. If you feel emotionally triggered, take a step back and disengage. Do not get dragged into their emotional games. 5. Get professional help. If you are dealing with a narcissist who is gaslighting you, therapy can help you rebuild your self-esteem, process your emotions, and gain clarity. A therapist can also provide coping strategies and support as you recover from the trauma of gaslighting. Conclusion. Gaslighting is a dangerous form of psychological manipulation that can significantly impact your mental health. Understanding the signs, how it works, and why narcissists engage in this behavior can help you recognize and protect yourself from it. Trusting your own perception, setting boundaries, seeking support, and getting professional help are key steps to overcoming gaslighting and regaining control over your life. Remember, you are not crazy, and your reality is valid. No one has the right to distort it for their own gain.
Fentanyl. It could be hiding anywhere, including in your house, including in your medicine cabinet, or maybe at a friend's house when you're hanging out, playing games, and get offered a pill. Don't take chances. If a drug didn't come from a pharmacy directly to you, you can find fentanyl using a simple strip you can pick up at your local pharmacy. Don't take it until you test it, because fentanyl can be hiding anywhere. Brought to you by the Georgia Department of Behavioral Health and Mental Disabilities.